Right. Let's get back to it. Good save, right? Yes. No. So this is the last available chapter. Last night seemed so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Still trying to wrap my head around what Tabitha did last night. I haven't been able to get hold of Stella today. Have you heard from her? Check her messages. There's nothing from Stella. Udias Stella. Hey, what's up? Just kidding, I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually recording of my voice. It really isn't me. Technology, huh? Anyway, leave a message or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full. Cannot accept messages this time. Hey, I'm kind of worried about you after ran last night. Check to see what you can when you get the chance. Wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? I know, but with everything going on, I don't feel comfortable letting her run off on her own. We should look for her, right? Come to town. We should stick together. I gave her morning plans in order. Alright, visit the opossum. You open the drawers. The two opossums stare up at you. They both have a bread now. Well, that's nice. I wave at them. They continue to stare at you, blank in response. Close the drawers. This is their home now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Check the closet. Oh shit, it moved. There's no denying it. The doll has moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy eye isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Take a shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually, you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you think about the door of the clinic. Think about your cousin that burns most metaphysical. Think about the afterlife. Think about Stella. Rosalina's shattered leg. Duke. Think about Sybil's warning. Think about Wayne. I'm going to think about cousin and the burden she took, both metaphysical and physical, to protect you. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Head downstairs. It's time to face your cousin. In the light of day, she looks even more physically worn than she did last night. Her blonde hair is streaked with white, and fresh creases line her features, accentuating her frown. They're striking. This week of all weeks. As if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Street smart. There's an almost cool confidence in the way your cousin talked about the strike. They're in disarray. You want me to help smooth things over? I'm pretty good at negotiating. People always help me out with stuff if I act like this if I ask nicely. Wait, do you think that's because you're good at negotiating? Has nobody told it's because you're... never mind. Look, I appreciate the offer, but I'm sure that's not the sort of thing you'll be able to pull off. Even if they didn't already know you're my cousin. You getting involved would be a great way to throw gasoline on a fire. This is my problem to fix. Your only job is to stay safe until the funeral's over. Well, you seem confident about the strike. What do you got planned? If I'm being honest, I'd rather you didn't know. Well, you've been lucky enough not to get sucked into the family business. You should keep it that way. For me. Well, usually I'm pro-union, but... work hard too. They should realize that. Right, as if it's easy being the boss. You know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's the usual. I promise you that if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. You're in a really difficult spot right now. Yeah, I am. Hopefully it'll all be over soon. We'll go return. You should have let me take that burden for you. No, as much as I hate to admit it, Sybil was right. It's only fair for me to be the one to bear that cross. It's done anyway. Rehashing that night won't ease your guilt, and it won't make me any younger. I hope other people start treating you, I hope other people in town finally start treating you better. They've already made up their minds about me. Doesn't matter what other people think, though. They don't know me. So, ghosts are real. Get over that. I can. What does it actually change about anything? I was probably going to die young anyways, and I still have a mind to run. Tired and holding up, you, drop it. You heard anything from Stella? Can't get a hold of her. Oh, but that's not exactly newsworthy. I'm sure she's just processing what happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. Mine's in trouble. You should just sell it. Sell the estate. Get out what you still can. Out with the bristles. I'm not giving up like this. This is the Scarlet Mine. I'm not going to cash out our family legacy. I'm bringing the mine to life one way or another. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No hijinks. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. I gotta say this. I enjoy Tabitha so much. Fuel up with a quick PB&J. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you get a chance to eat. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for a long day ahead of you. And that's that. It's time to head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The sun shines down on a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. Oh my god, look at all these motherfuckers. We got Ditchwing, 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 and another Ditchwing underneath the text box. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the wood with Stella. Ditchwing should not be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. You're surprised you find a familiar face making its way up its path toward you. Hey, just coming up to see you. Hope you're able to get some sleep after everything happened last night. And I hope Tabitha got some rest, too. How is she today? Oh, she's back at work with, back at work already. Over the strike and all. Guess the cat's out of the bag, huh? Yeah, right. Not a great time for it to take a break. It isn't much yet, but any sort of labor action happening in Scarlet Hollow is new. Let's go with... You don't have to put up front. Last night was a lot, I get it. I appreciate the concern, but I'm alright. Talking to an expert at vibing. I know most folks would be freaking out or having some kind of existential crisis, but that's not how I deal with the heavy stuff. Surprisingly enough, Avery's mostly telling the truth. They're fine. I mean, I'm not 100% chilled today. I mean, I'm feeling kind of bruised, both physically and spiritually, if that makes sense. But that's just part of life, right? Nobody makes it to the end completely unscattered. I'm glad my new emotional baggage comes from a ghost instead of some boring normal trauma. Supernatural angle takes off the edge a little bit. Dish queens everywhere now, even though it's daytime. Avery turns to survey the tree line. Notice a few on my way up. Kind of funny now that I'm getting a look at them with their scrunched up little Sharpay faces. Don't be worried about these things. I know they're a bad omen or something, but are they like dangerous? They're not gonna eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? No, but you might get some eggs laid in your skin. Oh, is that all they do? Doesn't sound too bad. I think I could survive a parasitic larva or two. Just glad being eaten alive is on the table. I'm gonna remain silent. You were resigned to let Avery's statement hang in the air. How are you doing today? I'm great. Something like possession. I feel like there's but more upsides than downsides. There are a lot of people out there who say they've been through something like that. Pretty cool badge of honor as far as I'm concerned. Hear anything from Stella? Haven't heard from her though. They don't text much. I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came with an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard anything, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that was awful. Usually so unflappable. Kanika and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Want to come? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I got time. Let's head to town. Good idea. You and Avery head down the path to town. It isn't long till you find yourself again on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. I guess you made it and you picked up an Avery along the way. You're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Good, I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted, and super foggy. Monsoon insisting I got a cold and I was buying it, but as of this morning I've come around. Definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not going to let that stop me from looking for Stella. Well, you're stylish as always, even in the morning after being trapped in a nightmare realm. It's really nice of you. Picking outfits is an important part of my morning ritual. It helps me get out of bed on a tough morning, like this one. Can't believe I'm talking about fashion while Stella might be in trouble. So thanks, though. You're sweet. I should really just do one runway. I just flirt with everyone. Think there could be a rational explanation for all this? Kanika sighs heavily. Rational? Sure. Rooted in reality? That until a few days ago I was devoid of all magical and supernatural shit? No. Ghosts are real. They can suck you in dimensions and pupper your body like a fleshy marionette. Next thing you know, we'll find out there's a secret society of warlocks running the country, or that angels are real. You gotta admit, kind of thrilling though, isn't it? Anything could be possible. Who knows what the new day holds for us? Would be a little more thrilling if it wasn't terrifying. All the magical stuff so far just wants to hurt us. We need a magical bead that's on our side. Where are the magical girls when you need them? Kanika, your mom's totally a witch, right? Maybe she's the magical girl. No way, she's just a new age crystal in hers, but she's not... You don't think... It could be for real. Anything seems possible these days. But that would mean everything I knew I was wrong, and my whole life has been a lie. Okay, I'm gonna need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused, and I can't keep having all these existential crises. Doing men in the general store while we look for Stella? Mom and Miles can deal with it for another day while we look for Stella. This is important. Not that the story isn't, but something happened to her and I was spending my time minding a register. I don't think I could live with that. I was kind of surprised to see you reach out to me. After all the issues between you and Tabitha, I care more about finding Stella than I do the ongoing feud between me and your cousin. I'm not going out there alone because the last thing I want is going missing while everyone's looking for someone going missing. We do everything in groups from now on. Besides, after last night, what your cousin did went against everything I thought I knew about her. Definitely making me question if I know the real Tabitha or if I've just been tricked into buying some front she puts up. Seem intimidating. I don't like how much I've been forced to question my perception of reality lately, so this sucks. People shouldn't be judged by the families anyways. Whatever people may think of your cousin, it's got nothing to do with you. Well, I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. Not sure what she's planning to tell you. She couldn't have told us all last night. Maybe she's gonna read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt it that she actually could. Mom's always had a bit of a Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her for the whole New Age mystic thing. Lots happened in the last few days. Okay, let's start it. I don't waste another minute. Where to first? Me and Kanika can... Oh. Okay, yeah, okay. I can tell Kanika can take it from here. Let Avery know you can... So I can ditch Avery, but I don't think that's the right move. The cops should know. Fuck the cops. Alright. Go to Stella's house. The place to start. Maybe she just slept in. I'm hoping. Would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous doing anything by myself. And just in case I ran into another horror from Beyond the Veil or whatever. There's a lot of options there, and I really should have saved. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. Doesn't look like a break-in. Like somebody left the door open. Stella or someone else when they left in a hurry. Stella's dead. She died and it's all my fight. Well, oh my god. I just was like, okay, let's do it. What happened to Stella? It doesn't look like it happened here. It doesn't look like they were struggling with anything unless it happened in another room. Or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. Okay, I'm gonna forget you just said that and just be thankful this doesn't look like a crime scene. Alright, investigate the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is quite slightly messy. A couple of cabinets are hanging open and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I wouldn't call this messy. It's a little messy. If this is a little messy, I don't want to know what you call my room. I wasn't judging. There ain't nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. We're getting off track. Stella's house always feels a little sterile to me, and this feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've never been over when she was expecting me. When she was already expecting me. Maybe it was just a rare peek behind the curtain at the real Stella. Real Stella should call her friends and let them know she's okay. Investigate Stella's room. Make our way down the hall of what you can only assume to be Stella's room. Not here. Though it is a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. I better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. I wasn't going to say anything. You go to check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on a computer. Isn't that invasion of privacy? We already broke into a house. I mean, for all we know, there could be some sort of clue in there, like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house. The door was left wide open. Well, I'm with Avery. What if we don't find stuff? Well, maybe the computer was left open too. Exactly. If there wasn't a password, maybe we're supposed to take a leak. Maybe we'll find the first note in an elaborate scavenger hunt she set up overnight. Okay, well, fine. I'm not going to stand over your shirt. Just make sure you don't look for anything personal. I feel like that's telling me I've got to look for things personal. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There's simply too many files and folders to fit on a monitor, and they all overlap each other in the chaotic multi-layer display. Oh, how did we find anything in here? I'm suddenly a lot less worried about invasion privacy, and more worried about this being a complete waste of time. Scan through folders and files on Stella's desktop, looking for something, anything. Something that might be interesting. One folder catches your eye. Boring tax stuff. You're no fool. You've seen this folder before. You have this folder on your computer. Boring tax stuff never contains boring tax stuff. For that matter, never contains anything related to taxes. And its contents are never boring. I open the folder. You open the folder. You're surprised to find it contains a carefully mapped out diagram of the Scarlet Hollow mines, including the holes in the fences and areas with low visibility. There's also a handful of old photos of Stella and Tabitha together as teenagers. Tabitha wears an uncharacteristic grin, an authentic, joyful smile. Oh man, Tabitha looks... And Stella's eyes are somehow brighter, less tired. Both of them seem to be living in a happier time. Okay, this is way too personal. I'm going to stand in the corner while you wrap this up. Think. It would take you all day to count the number of tabs in Stella's browser. So numerous there are tabs that you can't see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from Windows edge to edge. Our most recent tab is Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum cryptology enthusiast. The post in question is something big is happening in Scarlet Hollow. Hey, everyone's out chasing a skunk ape and I found these weird little guys. My mom's friend says they're called ditchkins, so I never heard of them. Anyone have getting good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. Clean footage, some sort of cryptid nobody ever heard of except your friend's mom. The only thing I've seen a Google and ditch is some idiot city in England. Thought you were legit. Guys, when did high quality footage count for anything on actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Ever since low budget hard started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. Serious, I got a ton of extra footage. Look at the nests. They've been doing something to animals in town. Apparently there's some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. Mothstan, I love me a good Mothman. I believe you. Like you're falling right in your lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. Sick. Threat continues into the next day. Alright, so one, this is not an ARG, and I would never. And two, you're not gonna believe this. We went into an abandoned island, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an auto file called TommyKnockersReal.weave. Just because you put the real in your file name doesn't mean it's real. Two certain route to the next back night? This is so fake. I can't believe I bought that River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell it to big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Also, little white doughy things and loud popping noises. This is definitely ARG. Did you sell it to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying or I'm going to call the mods. Blocking this thread and getting everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. Right end. Ouch. You checked Stella's search history. She hasn't touched any Windows since Tuesday night. She became molested since tonight. She didn't touch her browser. Her search history is almost entirely work-related. You're a series of queries for various monster cryptids that might fit the profile of Ditchwings. That's that. Alright, I think we've seen enough. Thank God. Hackerman! What's the achievement I got? Okay. It's a mess. You think there was a struggle in here? Oh, I love seeing someone's room before they had a chance to clean it up for company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know? Oh, speak for yourself. If the roles are reversed and I'm missing Stella and you were to poke in my room unannounced, I'd be completely mortified. Spoken like someone with a whole lot of secrets. My room's immaculate. I guess you could drop by and announce at 2 a.m. and I wouldn't sweat a thing. Congratulations on having your shit together. Thank you. I came by it honest. I will say this. This is what his room's been for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only this changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Oh, she still does this corkboard restraint saying she loves putting strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're mostly for dark rage. Alright, I think we're going to find anything else here. Move on. Alright, she had still life. Alright, so maybe she came home last night, but maybe she didn't. Definitely missing. I thought I was overacting this morning. I hoped she would just be sleeping in, but I can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? Go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find her cousin. I can't say I get it, but that's definitely something she would do. You don't see it? Oh, come on. The two of them have such a dynamic, you know, classic dog and cat situation. Oh, come on. I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourself outside the Scarlet Mines. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance. I'm unhappy with the treatment I'm receiving as a worker in the Scarlet Mine. Better hours now or no, none at all. This definitely feels like someone's doing this. Is this a strike? They're striking? There's a whole group of them talking about in a diner yesterday. Seems like the collapse was a lost straw for some folks. Wow, I would not want to be Tabitha today. First, her mom dies, then the collapse, and all the stuff last night. Man, everything seems to be hitting her at once for her. Though I kind of thought the dam finally broke, there'd be more of them, you know? I was not weird to talk to him in the middle of this. Don't worry, I know these guys. Most of them are at the diner at least a couple of days a week. They'll be chill. Will be chill talking to Tabitha's cousin, though. Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. I'm gonna say, because this is gonna be a laugh riot. I goes to strike. We miscalculated. We thought some kid losing weight would push folks over the edge, but I guess the boss personally dragging those kids out of the mine left his lasting impression. Calling the boss a goddamn hero. Like everyone just forgot about how poorly she's been treating us. Or how unsafe the mines are. Can't go back there knowing a rock on my head come down any second. I value my life more than a paycheck. Some luck she saved those kids. If she had any actual value, she'd come to the table and give us what we're owed. I know there's not a lot of us out here, but there's more of us at the diner. More of us sending mutual aid. Once people see our follow through, they're gonna join up. This is only the beginning. Let me know if anything the general store can help. Anything you think of, we'll take it. I think I'll support what we can get right now. So, what are your grievances? We'd like competitive pay, 8-hour shifts instead of 12, and more improvements to sick day and vacation policies. And a thorough safety inspection for any of us step foot in the underground again. That collapse was way too close to the active mine for me to feel safe down there until I know for sure I won't wind up buried under 2 tons of rock. We want to change things. There's no wait. I'm going to check something real quick. Oh, it doesn't bold things. Oh, I don't like that it doesn't bold things in the dialogue history. What's thorough safety? I think that was what was bolded, yeah. We want to change things. There's no reason we should be treated like we're disposable work for. We're the ones making our money. We should be making money too, not just scraping by. A lot of grievances. Here seems tough. Yeah. Dabba can even make those changes without the mine going under? I'm sure she can figure it out. Not saying she's not a bad boss, but people clearly aren't happy to her. The coal's getting used less and less, and I've seen that old Scarlet house. It's basically condemned. She has the money to spare. Where's it going? I really didn't peg you as someone to go to bat for Tabitha. I'm not. I'm just trying to get the full picture here. If the mine fails, I don't see how Aunt Winnie's diner doesn't fail with it. Okay, but that's the whole problem. A single family shouldn't be able to hold the entire town hostage. Workers need a say in the business. Fair enough. A bit of an escalation. Did you try talking to Tabitha first? What do you know about we've already tried? You ain't from around here. You sure as hell don't know what it's like working down those mines. We knew talking would get us nowhere. Most they do is get people fired. It's happened before. Best way to send her a message. Not making her any more money till she has to listen. I guess you of all know people should try to know how talking to Tabitha goes. She's a brick wall. An angry brick wall. It's going to take a lot more than one selfless act to change that. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. YouTuber? It's the one on all the banned properties, right? We haven't seen her. We've been out here all day. We know she stopped by. Make sure to keep an eye out. Oh, I need to talk to Tabitha. You may be the boss's cousin, but you seem harmless enough. Go ahead. I don't care if they're okay with you or not. I'm not crossing the picket line. Besides, I don't think Tabitha would be happy to see me. I'll just wait by the van while you go talk to her. Same. Everybody works here as a regular at the diner. I don't want to make things weird. Stay on the other side. The industrial noises of the Scarlet Mine are only a little quieter than the 2 days they were again. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. I'm going to knock because I'm a wonderful person. Tabitha deserves my respect. Wait for a moment. No response. Oh, for the love of... The door swings open. Oh, it's you. Should I go? Yeah, and try not to get yourself noticed. Try not to get yourself noticed. Sounds like Tabitha's found a rat. Rodriguez the rat, I see. Hey, I got kids to take in here. I can't miss a paycheck. This is a right to work setting. I had nothing wrong with it keeping the food on the table. Don't say another word, just leave. I'll handle this. Dorcas goes to Rodriguez, leaves to Tabitha's office. He heaves a heavy sigh. Please just forget everything you heard, okay? People think you're a hero right now for rescuing Becca and Alexis from the mine collapse. The strike will just peter out on its own. They think I'm a hero right now? That's what I heard outside. You're right. Maybe that's why it seems they have so little momentum. If that's the case, I can wait to see where they're doing it. Or do anything I might just make things worse. Thanks, Biggest. Look, you didn't come here to talk about my meeting. Why are you here? Don't get me wrong, it's nice to see a friendly face, but you shouldn't be up here. My battle to fight. Well, Stella's still missing. Been looking all over town for her and we don't have any leads. Have the groans. I don't think Wayne... There wasn't any evidence he'd been in her house or signs of a struggle or anything. How do we know she went home last night? She ran off in the opposite direction. Stella's been known to disappear for days while doing her videos. I think we both know that's not what's going on. See if I can figure something out. I'm gonna keep looking for Stella. I'll see you tonight. Let me know when you find her, okay? I don't want to sit around worrying about her all day. That was the phone buzzes. Better get back to work. Stay safe out there, Biggest. And call me if you run into more trouble. But please, don't go looking for her today, okay? I don't need you to go missing too. You don't look like you found any new leads. Feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on. I'll drive back to town and we can figure out our next move from there. Wish I could have helped the strikers and stuff, but I'd rather reassure Tabitha that she's being seen as a hero. Where to next? Should check in on Oscar. Smart him. Maybe he'll know what to do. Nothing else happened and we went home last night. So brave for sleeping in the house, everything I went through. I'd rather sleep in the woods with the Ditchwings than someplace that was that haunted. Your mom said it's safe, and I'm inclined to believe her. Why would she lie? But how would she know that? Magic problem. Only one way to find out. Let's go. Library card. Morning light streams through the library's large windows. In the bright daylight, it's once again a place of comfort. All menace having fled in the wake of Charles Shaw Jr.'s departure. No ghost, thank God. I was not up for an encore. Yeah, it's gone. Just like your mom said it would be. I guess Oscar's in the back. I know that's where I'd be if I finally got my house back. I've been surprised at how unsupervised this place is. Sometimes it feels like anyone could just walk in and do whatever they wanted. Like what, steal books? I mean, they could, right? I'm not saying anyone would. But I'm just saying people in this town trust each other a lot. It's nice. Let's find Oscar. You make your way to the back of the annex. It feels strange to be back here in the light of the day, as if the events of the previous evening were all but a terrible dream. The hallway really takes me back. It really feels like only yesterday we were here last. Blissfully unaware our entire lives are about to change forever. It was only yesterday. I know. Oh, good morning. So good to see all of you. Come in. Doing really great, Rosalina. Not a lot of kids your age can take thoughts that well. You're being so brave. You don't have to talk to me like I'm 5. But you are brave. You really are, Rosalina. You're like so badass. Alexis is right. This is more than most people have to deal with in their whole lives, and here you are taking it like a champ. Dr. Kelly's kind demeanor vanishes as she turns and glares at you. Oh, I see we have visitors. How is she, Doc? She could tell us herself. What do you say, Rosalina? How are you? Tired, my leg hurts a lot, but the medicine's helping. Not so bad. Once I got to lie down in an actual bed last night. You have no idea how good that felt. Thanks, Biggest. I can't believe you got any sleep last night after that goose stuff. I just sat on the couch with all the lights on. I don't think I slept at all. I really need some rest after, you know, the hospital. But the daughter's desperately trying to get you rest. All that activity yesterday was pretty brutal in your injury. It's never going to stop hurting if you keep pushing yourself. So what are you not going to do today? Anything? That's right, you're staying right here, no walking around, no investigating your haunted houses. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. You should have been better at stopping her. I take full responsibility As her father, I should have. No need for anyone to step in for blame for anything. It's the hospital's fault for sending her home at all. It's gross negligence, if you ask me. Give it time, and you can do all the activities you want, right, Rosalina? Guessing Charlie didn't come back for an encore? Not as far as I know. I slept in Rosalina's room, and I made sure to put some heavy objects on the hatch just to give myself a little peace of mind. But nothing happened. It's good enough for me. I didn't see anything either, but if something did happen, I wouldn't know. I was asleep as soon as my head hit the pillow. I'm too tired to worry about ghosts or anything, to be honest. Losing a limb will do that, especially if you guys chop around the next day like nothing happened. I would have been fine if it weren't for Charlie. Good thing he's gone then. Hopefully he stays gone. Wait, Oscar, did you tell Dr. Kelly about... Yeah, I told her everything. You did. Sorry that happened. Dr. Kelly's silence speaks volumes. It isn't the silence of embarrassment, rather one of recognition. Why does everyone seem so chill? Should we all be traumatized? Who says I'm not traumatized? Just because I'm not a gibbering heap doesn't mean I haven't been mentally scarred beyond my comprehension. I know I should be freaking out, but what can I say? Last night was fun. I'm just going with the flow, seeing where this adventure takes me. Fun? Speak for yourself. I feel like the only reason I'm not in a total mental shutdown is because the crisis hadn't really stopped. The week started with a man dying. Somehow it's all been downhill since there. So yeah, I'm putting this on the inevitable breakdown until I know things are done escalating. I don't think it's sunk in for me yet. Whatever. I'll deal with the trauma when I'm 30. I'll deal with it in therapy when I'm 30. That's what grown-ups do, right? How's Reese? He's fine. Had a rough night, but he'll recover. Used to this sort of thing. Just needs a couple of days to get back on his feet. That means no more excitement. Not even a movie. How do you hear that, Dr. Kelly? Okay, but what if I wanted to hang out with you? Dr. Kelly stares at you in confused silence for a few seconds. I'm busy. Any of you seen Stella since last night? Not since dinner. Hasn't gone in touch with any of you? Nope, we have no clue where she's gone. That's not good. I haven't seen her since she ran lost last night. I feel terrible. Should have done a better job warning her. That was practically banging down your door to get evidence of ghosts. I don't think you were going to be able to stop her. There was no way you could have known how she was going to react when she found it. I don't even think she knew how she'd react. Oh, wait, I don't even think she knew how she'd react. And besides, you didn't know anything about how bad it was going to get. You can't blame yourself for everything, man. And I know you probably feel like it's your responsibility to make sure everything around you is okay. But sometimes that's just not going to be possible. You're only one guy. So Rosalina's always saying. I suppose I do apologize more than I should. You really do. We found something in Oscar's house last night. A stone carving that gave me and Tabitha a vision about what happened here. There was one in the mines the other night. Both of them had a sort of pull on me. Whatever there are, there's something like them in the clinic. Felt it last night. You could feel Dr. Kelly's demeanor shift. She's growing quiet, her gaze piercing and analytical. But I think you already knew something about that. About what? Some weird feeling you got? Look, after I heard from last night, I wouldn't believe there's something going on at Scarlet Hollow. Trust, there's nothing strange about the clinic. Reese and I will be fine. But on the off chance that something does happen, aren't you worried for Reese? Dinner was too much for him. I can't imagine how rough it'd be if he got hurt or possessed. Don't tell me how to care for my son. I have a system. He'll be fine. You remain silent. So, you've got your meds, your nest of pillows, a helpful friend by your side, and a cat to keep you company. Seems like you're all set. Make sure you do a whole lot of nothing today. I will. Bye, Dr. Kelly. Yeah, thanks for coming down to see us, Joan. Not a problem. I'd rather she stay put than have to get in and out of cars. I'll call later to see how things are going. The rest of the week is less eventful for both of you. Goodbye, Rosalina. Make sure you stay put and keep Pixel company, okay? Dr. Kelly's features harden as she steps towards the door. And she pushes past you to leave Oscar's house. Yeah, I could have treated that better. That was a lot of... I could have done that better. Oh, will do, Mr. Gutierrez. I brought a video game and some puzzle for my house, and some movies too. Whatever you want to do, Rosalina. Oscar ushers you down to the library. Back to the library. What's up? Is everything okay? Everything's fine, or it's much better than yesterday. I can't thank you all enough. I'd like to be as helpful as I can from here on out. Now that our little situation's dealt with, I'll finally have time to dig into the town archives. Our house was haunted because someone was murdered there. The mine collapse the other night was a site of a mass grave. Enough research, we may be able to get a step ahead of the next crisis. Maybe we can actually preempt it. That is, assuming there's going to be a next crisis. But something tells me we aren't in the clear yet. We should compare the notes. Not that I have anything to start with, but you know anything that might narrow down the research? It could save me a lot of time. I don't think we actually know that much more than you. Got some hunches. I can't help feel like there must be some sort of inciting event where everything started to get weird seemingly overnight. What inciting event was or where to look for, I have no idea. It's something to keep in mind. Avery stares at you. I mean, it's obvious, right? Things started only happening once Biggest got here. You're not wrong. Exactly, if there's a catalyst at all over here, why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming home to Scarlet Hollow? If I may, Biggest getting into town wasn't the only major event this week. Berlan died over a week ago. Those creatures in the woods were already reproducing by the time he arrived. Not to mention, I started seeing those things in our house before Berlan passed. Think. I never thought to make a note exactly when the spirit made itself known. There's a root cause for all of this. Hopefully there's a way to put the genie back in the bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there's been any similar events, or whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. I think Dr. Kelly's hiding something. You know, last night was weird. I don't think we need to go around accusing her of being deceitful. Biggest is definitely right. I know it's great to hear, but Rosalina really needs her. Since Rosalina really needs her item, but something's up with Dr. Kelly. I'm worried about Reese. She seemed pretty normal in there, even if she was a little bit terse with you two. She was pretty nice to Rosalina, I say. Yeah, she liked sick people and kids. People were easy to control. I request we drop this line of thinking. We don't need to turn on ourselves. Pure speculation. Besides, she took me into my word that everything happened last night. That has to count for something, right? Those carvings I warned Dr. Kelly about are important. To think there was something like that under my house the whole time. I think someone must have put it there. But who? And there's one in the mines. And if you're right, there's one in the clinic. Maybe that's what I should be focusing on right now. How many of those things are there? If we're lucky, maybe there's 3. But I'd rather not count on it. Why don't we go down to the basement and take a closer look at the seal that's there? Ghost isn't around anymore, so there's no harm in it. I'd personally rather not go back to that creepy basement, but that thing has to be the most solid lead we have at this point, right? Not a chance. I know the ghost is probably gone for good, but that thing is evil. And if it's even the slightest chance going down there to trigger something, it's not worth disturbing. At least, not until we know more. But what if this is our only chance to... My daughter's safety comes first right now. Finally, we have our books, and I'm not taking any risks until we know what they're dealing with. Make sure Pixel stays inside, or he might get grabbed by ditchwings. Ditchwings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces? Yeah, English doughboys. I kind of like them. Like a hidden object game out there for today with the weird little faces peering out the bushes. Like them? Are we talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in local life? Look, I don't want to get friendly with them or anything. I just think they're kind of interesting. He's thrown. Will do. I can't imagine how devastated Rosalina would be if something happened to him, especially after all they've been through. I think Sybil knows more than she's letting on. She wants me to come talk with her today. I know we've been over this, but I think you're barking up the wrong tree. Why would my mom hide anything from us? Still, she did seem really calm and confident last night. Weirdly so. I hate this. Yeah, she did seem strange last night. She kept shutting down the conversation, but she was rushing us all along, trying not to let us linger on Supernatural long enough to reach any conclusions. Still, I'm inclined to agree with Kanika here. If she does know something, why would she be hiding it? I'd be interested to know exactly what she intends to tell you that couldn't be discussed in front of the rest of us. All the all the talking is really hammering my throat. I wonder if this could be the work of some cult. You mentioned something like this at the library the other day. There was a cult in Scarlet Hollow. I feel like I know it. Well, I think the cops are in on it. Someone who spends a lot of time with Scarlet Hollow's finest. Those fellas couldn't keep a secret to save alive. You wouldn't believe some of the things I've overheard while pouring the coffee. Never any mention of secret society or weird religious cults. Unless bowling counts. Bowling could be a cover for something, but they just seem so... What's the word I'm looking for? Ineffectual? Exactly. If they were part of a cult, I doubt we'd really have to worry about them. Well, whatever we're doing next, I feel like we're missing a vital team member. We need to find Stella. We need to find her fast. I agree. We need her brazen energy if we're going to do any serious sleuthing. See you around, Oscar. Let us know what you find. I will. Alright, Oscar is now the research buddy. So, that's Oscar. Any other ideas? Let's check out the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who seems Stella. Let's hoping Winnie doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. Sorry. It feels like you've walked in on a private meeting. The back booth is full of miners, and they're having what seems an intense discussion. Their expressions gravely serious. So I guess this is where the miners set up shop. And when you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you'd be showing up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Winnie. Stella's gone missing. I've been helping these two track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Apologize now, and I can't say I have. Should I be worried about her? Hope not. We're not interrupting anything here, are we? Of course not. Any paying customer is welcome, as long as you aren't about to step on anyone's toes and cause a fuss. The miners in the back were too engaged for a conversation as you enter, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to overhear. No way I can risk nothing about this. You all know my sister's tuition depends on this paycheck, and I can't afford a place outside the company housing. This is too risky. We should just cut it out before she starts firing people. I hate to say it, Zax, but Harrison might have a point. Everybody shut it. Smith just let me know the boss's cousin over there was snooping around for the mines this morning. Just not give the boss any more ammunition. Smith didn't seem worried, but still, we don't have a lot of room for error here. Conversation cuts out an uncomfortable silence on the diner is the miner's leader's suspicion. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. YouTuber? I ain't seen her. Harrison's voice dropped to an audible mumble. Hope she's okay. I'm gonna save because I probably shouldn't be speaking on this shit, but I really want to. How about the strike? Okay, I don't care how well intentioned Smith thinks you are. I'll be damned we talk business in front of you. Look, I support you guys, but maybe you could save this till next week. Evelyn's mom just died. Read the room. Oh, she's having a difficult week? Back in mind, so 2 days after her collapse? Look, I'm iffy on the time myself, but the Scarlets are taking advantage for a long time. Can't blame the hotel to do it. Oh, well, yeah, fuck that shit. That's gonna get worse for her. I'm gonna go back. I'll load that. Alright, what? Wait, what? No, I just hit load, right? Load. And the Harrison. What the hell? Oh, okay, it's a different thing. Okay, I clicked on it, I was like, what the fuck? It's a different thing. It's a different thing. Don't pressure people, Zax. They don't want to strike, they don't have to. Biggest, what the hell? Really trying to play England wherever you are? Has anyone ever told you there's an easy way to end up without any friends? Better get out of here. We drive you out. You're not welcome here. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That seemed a bad choice, too. Okay. Let's go. Let's talk about the strike real quick. The mine fails. None of you even have jobs left to strike over. Whatever, town should just let Tabitha blackmail them? The mines can't be doing so poor the unit's going to completely shatter them. Exactly. We need to get together and give that family a taste of their own medicine. This ain't just about a collapse. The scars have been for years. There's a right thing here. Well, I guess should we get going? Turn Diner. Avery and Kanika train close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Just don't interact with them. It's gonna peter out regardless. You go to the cops, right? Are you sure? Nothing against the officers of Scarlet Hollow, but you've met them, right? Is it worth the trouble? Helpful they are. We are dealing with a missing person. That's cop stuff. Probably gonna be more formality or anything, but there's no point in not covering all our bases. The police station is exactly what you'd expect from a town the size of Scarlet Hollow. Holy shit. Bo is covered in something. It smells strongly of coffee, and faintly of aged furniture and paper. The general tidiness speaks of an apartment that doesn't get anything done. But you're also not here alone. You enter to find a worried Bo standing between you and the officers behind the desk. Let me get this right. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Hugby, sir. She was going to be a prize winner. Raising her up was the last thing me and my daddy did together. Important to me. Are you sure it was Julius and not some enterprising bear got hold of it? You know Julius thinks that the land belongs to him. Probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door. For all I know, he might be on his way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Isn't there anything you can do about it? I will need some sort of evidence to go on before we start barging into a man's home, son. Why don't you see if you can find a little more solid for us? Then we'll go see about helping you out. Alright, listen up, boys. We got a missing person on our hands. Stella hasn't been since yesterday, and the front of her door of her house was left open. The place was a mess. Oh, so you think you're the person leading the investigation, do you? Coming in like you have some sort of authority? Well, then why don't you march out and dig up some clues if you think you're such a big shot? Remain silent or intimidated. Alright, but if she turns up dead, it's on all of you. Oh, great. And here comes Gale tripping. Not gonna turn up dead. That girl would disappear in the woods, practically a weak occurrence. Couldn't expect out-of-town herself to, know that. But Miss Forsyth should be here to recognize this sort of thing isn't far from ordinary. You kidding me? Shouldn't this be the fact that this is the first time I come in with something like this means something? She'll turn up. She always does. Did you manage to find your dad? Yeah, I found him. Hear that, Deputy Franklin? Looks like I got another report to close. Lucky me. I gathered what was left to gather. We gave him a proper burial in the family plot. It's been tough going, trying to dig a hole while the farm's crawling with those hairless things, but it needs to get done. Think they'll go back to where they came from soon? Mom and me tried best to fight them back as best we can, but it seems like there's more every minute. I'm personally doing everything I can to send them packing. I'll do my part to help. I'm kicking as many of those little nasty faces as I can, but I don't know how many I can send scampering off. Seems like there's no end to those critters. And what's all this about a pumpkin? Seems Bo here misplaced a considerably large pumpkin. Y'all heard a word I said? I didn't misplace Betty. She was stolen. And I know who done it. I'd appreciate if y'all give Mr. Trayman a visit and set things straight. I'm telling you, we can't barge into your neighbor's house just because you want us to. Why do you think Mr. Tremaine stole it? You're poking a wasp's nest, biggest. There's 100 years of history here. He's been claiming Big Betty was his since day one. On account, he thinks it was planted on his side of the property. Callaway is in Tremaine's file? Been at this a long time. You can never agree on whose land is whose. Ain't the first time we heard something like this, and we got our fair share of calls from Jewish Tremaine, too. You know, Julius is a friend of mine. There's a lot of things, and it's definitely a bit of a curmudgeon. Never pegged him as a thief. I didn't know Julius ever talked to anybody. Talk is a strong word, but I like to think we have some sort of understanding. So, why is this pumpkin so valuable? Me and my dad have put a lot of work in the pumpkin. Near 2,000 pounds, guaranteed blue ribbon. Naturally, our first question is, how an old man like Jewish Tremaine manages to move a pumpkin that size? Makes the whole story a bit difficult to believe. I don't know how Julius managed it, but I know it must have been him. He ain't even coming to his door to answer what he's done. At very least, he could get me seeds from what's left of her. Raising her was the last thing me and my dad did. It's interesting. I haven't seen Julius since Tuesday. He's usually in the diner every day. Not necessarily a big deal for a lot of people, but he never misses his morning Joe. Or maybe he isn't the thief. Maybe something happened to him. If he ain't the thief, who stole our pumpkin? Beats me, I just don't think folks should be jumping to conclusions. How do you even move a 2,000-pound pumpkin? I don't know how he did it, but he did it. You, heard it wasn't a bear? Hurt no bear, we're hunting folk. We know the signs. The man's work, and that means it was Mr. Tremaine. He knew just what to do to her, our family. Classic Southern family. Sorry for everything that happened, though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Try not to let it get to me. I'd be strong for Mama now there's just the two of us. You know, even if Julius didn't take Big Betty, I'd be worth doing a welfare check. Alright, let me speak in plainer terms. Everyone knows that Julius Tremaine's land is booby tracked to hell. Not worth it. That never stopped me. Yeah, you have some kids, Avery? Because I got two teenage girls at home. Hucklebee's got grandkids. Franklin's got, well, the mayor, I guess. Not about to risk getting my head blown off over a pumpkin. That's right, there's some sleeping dogs you learn to just let lie. I've been a Scarlet Hollow sheriff for over 20 years now. You don't hold a position like that for that long without learning a few lessons on temperance and moderation. If I may, sirs, isn't that a mite bit cowardly? A police officer's supposed to be brave. Huh, not the ones that live long, son. Look, I've been to Julius 100 times. I can tag along, make sure no one gets hurt. Mighty kind offer, but let's give it another day. No need to escalate things when they might just revolve themselves. Well, let's just get going. I would say we didn't try. Let's keep looking. Have a good one, officers. And to you, kid. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to Tremaine's. Well, that was a total waste of time. Wasn't a total waste of time. We gotta find out what's going. Why would they just do their jobs? What's the fucking achievement? Gotta find out what's going on with Julius. He's been missing data for a few days. It's weird. Usually comes in every single day. He's preoccupied with ditchlings. Hope he's okay. We should check out the church. Church? Why? I see what you're thinking. Still might have been confronted with the evidence of the afterlife. Might be trying to get into religious stuff. We're checking out. I think we're barking up the wrong tree here, but I guess you're right. There's no point in not being thorough. I wouldn't mind sucking on holy water over there. Seems too good of an idea to cover all bases at this point. I don't think Baptists do the holy water thing. I'm sure Pastor Dana would pretend to bless some water for me, keeping us around longer. Good enough for me. Let's not linger, though. I don't want him to think we're possible converts. Benica leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope to the church. You know, I've lived here for a few years now. I've never actually been to the church. Probably for a good reason. Is that weirdo? My, 4 visitors at once on a Thursday? Huh, this is unprecedented. But there are only 3 of us. Oh no, we were followed by a ditchling? Were we followed by Wayne? Oh, sup, old people? Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I've had in the past few days have forced me into a midst of existential crisis, my dudes. Want to see if fate had any answers for me. Alas, I've yet to find the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. Sometimes it takes a little while for the Lord to work his way into your heart. But when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over the pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Oh yeah, I like Zane. So, anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night. No one's seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We'd hope maybe you or Janie had seen her? I can't speak for Janie, but I've never seen neither hide nor tail of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over at the alpacas. Oh, biggest, I was hoping we get to talk in private. Sure. What's up? I guess we'll leave you to it while we check in with Janie. See you in a minute. Your friends head off towards Janie, leave the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. I'm glad you decided to come to visit me. So many young people these days seem to think they can solve all the problems on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there to help them. Only let them in the hearts. Pastor's eyes dart back towards the alpacas. Okay, good. They're gone. Okay, you're new in town. What impression did I make on you? Am I creepy? You care too much about what people think of you. If you want people to like you, you have to not care about whether they like you. That's a harsh word. Truth you're swinging at me. It wasn't always like this, you know. Believe it or not, before I moved to Scarlet Hollow, I used to be pretty popular. I was one of the cool kids at Harvard Divinity School. He's interrupted by the sounds of a snappy twig and a high-pitched giggle, partially muffled by the underbrush at the edge of the property. Tulip, come on out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back in the woods and hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good, or are we going to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you help Mom with the alpacas? By the time they got fed, you can give them hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry, I have to have a firm parenting moment there. He's been trying to run those woods a lot lately. Pretty dangerous, even for adults. This massive trash dump not far past the trees. Looks to be about 50 years old. Still growing over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you decide to accidentally walk in it, you might find yourself hip deep in a mountain of rusty cans and broken glass. Tulip made up some imaginary friends keep telling us they wanted to go out there. Like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea to go play in someone's old garbage. But she's 7. Of course she'd think it's fun. She'd get some funny ideas like that. I'd love to get the community to rally up a big cleanup, but about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Oh, Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about that. Tetanus Lake? Oh, that's an accurate lake. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that. Or would it make it only seem more alluring? How big a trash we did with talking? Weekend of hard work cleared out? Oh, maybe you had construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area. I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. Oh, what were you saying that about imaginary friends? Oh, she's been talking with those friends of hers lately. Little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal and decided it was her friend. Nothing to be overly concerned about, except, you know, the trash heap situation. This man is lying to you. In fact, he's been lying to you the moment he mentioned those imaginary friends. Whatever he's talking to, his daughter's been talking to, is real, and he knows it. Sounds like me, you know exactly what she's been talking to. Daniel's eyes go wide for just a second. I don't... He does. He obviously does. He hunches his shoulder, his voice suddenly quiet. There are rats in the church. There, I said it. It's embarrassing. She saw someone at one point. She can hear them scurrying around the walls. It's decided they're her little friends. Please keep this between us. I don't tell Janny. I don't want her knowing the church is in such a rushed shape. Out of the corner of the eye, you see Kanika and Avery walking back. They must have just finished talking to Janny. Janny says she hadn't seen Tulip either. I mean, Stella either, so we better get going. Thanks for suggesting we headed up here, Biggest. We got to feed the alpacas. They were so cute and soft. It's awesome. Janny says she'll come by the diner with cookies for the miners. You extra for me, of course. She's so nice, she even offered to bring me some since I'm feeling under the weather. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate y'all to stop by, even if it wasn't the best circumstances. I'll let y'all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some prayers for the big man for you. Alright, thanks, see ya. Kanika, Avery, and Avery start back down the path. To town, and you follow. The smallest church in Scarlet Hollow. So, what was that about? He seemed pretty insistent you talking to you alone. He didn't say anything weird, did he? Tulips apparently made some weird imaginary friends. You might want to check it out later this week. Make imaginary friends all the time. Pastor Daniel says there's a big rat infestation in church and the rats are her friends. I don't know, it seemed weird. I should have known we'd have to deal with a spooky kid at some point. Okay, as much as I hate going back there, I guess that's a loose lead? Well, if we don't have anything else to investigate once we found Stella and we could pause us. Once we checked out the clinic, maybe we can search around the church. Sounds like a plan. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? We could say anything interrupted by Kanika's phone buzzing. Oh my god, my mom's calling you. When is she going to learn to text? Give me a second. Hey, what's up? No, still no sign of her. We're going to keep looking a while longer. I'm feeling okay. I'm not... You're right. Now that you mention it, I do feel kind of tired. I shouldn't push myself. I'll come home. He has a point. I'm not feeling well right now. Gotta get back to the general store. Maybe some tea would help. I didn't realize you were that sick. It really crept on me. It really crept up on me. I was doing fine until... I think he starts to sway, lose and balance her legs. Must have been running on adrenaline. I don't like that. She stumbles, bumping into you before regaining her balance. Sorry, I just think I need some help getting home. I'll have some tea and maybe lie down, and then we'll get back to looking for Stella. Yeah, it shouldn't take us too long to get back. Come on, Biggest. Let's get moving before she passes out. Thanks, and sorry, this is embarrassing. Don't mention it. Kanika leans on your shoulder for support, and you help her walk back to the general store. The bells of the general store chime welcomingly as you bring Kanika back inside. Oh dear Kanika, you poor thing. This is why you're supposed to stay in bed today. You keep running around like this, it's going to take you so much longer to recover. Thank you for both getting you home. I know you're feeling better after I hope you're feeling better after last night's fiasco. Hi, Mom. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be up there in a minute with more tea. And Biggest, when she's all situated, I believe I owe you a chat. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of whatever's happening in this town. Wait, if you're talking about mystery-related stuff, I should be there. Sweetie, you've done enough today. And you never like when I do tea readings anyway. I'm sure Biggest can catch you up once you're feeling better. Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I really should lie down. Kanika sort of stares and disappears without saying another word. Whatever that was, didn't feel like same person who... It didn't feel like the same person who stormed out of the general store just yesterday morning. That person wouldn't do as she's told so easily. You couldn't help but notice an uncharacteristic firmness in Sybil's voice, too. Maybe their relationship isn't so pleasant behind closed doors. I'm so sorry to be a bad host, Avery. I was hoping Biggest and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner. Oh, you're right. I totally left her on her own today. Fine by me, wouldn't want to mess with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very particular. Before I go, I did want to ask. Are you a witch? Avery does not beat around the bush. As flattered as it is I think I'm magical, I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies. Look, I'm just saying, doing stuff like reading tea leaves is pretty witchy for me as I'm concerned. I won't push it. Oh, just so you know, if you are a witch, you could totally tell us. Be cool with that. I'll leave you all to your not supernatural private tea leaf reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, Biggest. Yeah, okay. They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street in the direction of the diner. Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. You're not really as nice as you seem, are you? What makes you say that? Is it because I had to be firm with my daughter? Kanika has a way of ignoring her body when it's telling her to slow down. Sometimes it takes a firm reminder for a mother to get her to take the time she needs to recover. It's all part of the job when you're a parent, no matter how old your children are. I'm gonna follow Sybil. I could just go up to Kanika, but Sybil's gonna have information. So that's the father. Actually looks way different in the past. Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. Take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, and only a sliver of sunlight is able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plants in the corner. Sybil joins you at a table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy with an undercurrent of decaying earth. I'll be able to do a reading once it's done. Once you're done, until then, how about we just chat? How did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of local flora. Everything I learned was handed down generations hillfolk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks can afford. They'd have to figure out their own medicine. Did you know my mom? But of course. In a town the size, you get to know everybody, no matter how the age difference might be. Vivian was just a little younger than me. Truth, I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't too good to her. Verlaine was much like her great-grandmother, Edwine. That is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for a fine old man. But her mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any Scarlet, so her family choosing her as a punching bag made her into quite the rebel. You know about my grandmother. I'm afraid there isn't much I could tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I were Perline and my mom, raised by Edwardine. What happened to the mother? Their entry to this world was violent, I'm afraid. The mother was young, too young to be present, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. I feel like I know a lot about the women of my family. What about the men? Even exist? I suppose they haven't been very noteworthy since Everdeen took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, to be honest. I can't even recall his name. It might have been Stuart, or something just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was just some teenage fling that ended once her grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain that it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, what with skipping town and all. So Maribel was the great-grandmother. So Edwardine had Maribel, and then she had Vivian. And then Vivian had a pair of twins from an unknown father that resulted in Verlaine and the mother. Two daughters each there's two family members each generation. Hey, you notice that? Huh. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? Oh, she came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear for what happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, and she was born in wedlock, so I assume your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night, it stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering, what was it about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby? So with all the mystery and ritual, if you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. I need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of a puzzle. The tea leaves should help me get the full picture. Tea reading. Okay, you take the tea, sipping it delicately. Picture smell is fleeting, quick replace with earthiness score like you're taking a mouthful of dirt. The aftertaste combines two flavors, something soothing and medicinal. Find yourself more comfortable. Your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Close your eyes, take another sip and another. It's delightful. Tea is gone before you know it, and a small cup saved for what's left of rehydrated coat. Leaves coating the bottom. Good. Glad you found the tea powder enough to drink. Should do you some good. One of my more medicinal blends. I want a business. Tibble says to keep. I was like, I don't trust her in a lot of ways, but I do trust far enough that, like, she's got her own angle. Sybil takes a cup from you, staring thoughtfully down the sludge. Oh dear. Doesn't bode well. Got just about every warning that could fit in the bottom of a cup. Frost, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty. And the hourglass ties it together with urgency. It's fair to assume this all has to do with whatever the ditchlings. Whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But it may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here. Cat, an enemy lurking in plain sight. Cat could be Wayne. I don't think it's Wayne. The cat could be Stella. Nika, Oscar, Reese, Avery. It's not any of those. Cat could be Reese. The way Dr. Kelly tries to keep people away from him makes you know something. It's just Joan being overprotective. With all his health issues, I could understand why she keeps the people away. As much as my heart hurts for the poor boy. In any case, I doubt he's down there plotting some kind of grand portrayal against anyone he just met this week, using up what little energy he has. If I had you, I wouldn't cast your suspicions too widely. You wouldn't want to become paranoid that every new person you meet is a possible enemy. You should trust your own judgment here. Friend or family, the cat will make itself known soon enough. You don't have to figure an answer out right now. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way. It's likely to be connecting to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we could try to counteract whatever may be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, these stone carving seals, whatever you want to call them, I think they likely have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems your best course of action is to seek these carvings out, piece together what you could form your visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? I think you might be able to find another. Your thoughts drift to the door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You could find Stella. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. You didn't get all this from the tea leaves. Of course she didn't. She's smart. She knows how to deduce things from the leaves. Well, it's not. Leaves are just a guide. Sometimes they help confirm suspicions or fill in where my intuition falls short. My family has lived in these hills a long time, as is yours. I know the Scarlets have secrets. I know Vivian was scared for you. Your place in all this is something we have to figure out together. And that's where little tricks like tea leaves come in handy. I shouldn't digress. Know where you might find the next stone. I think I felt another in the clinic. Good if you can find your way in stealth and uncover another stone. That could give you a leg up on your adversary. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. If I recall correctly, there's a hill that will take you nearly all the way there to the second story, and she never locks in the windows up there. Just in case that's helpful information. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it's just brought up more questions than any clear answers. You helped last night. Why don't you come with me? I may have been able to see through the sphere's illusions, but I'm not kind of all-powerful entity. I'm an old woman. I have trouble with my knees, and my eyesight isn't what it used to be. In most situations, I'd be more of a liability than a helpful companion. Imagine if I'd been in those mines with you. Some use I'd be struggling to climb over rocks and ladders, throwing my back out from all the crutching. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope it all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. Or she's so suspicious. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce. Merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes his door to a tea room. The bells of it strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. See any weird rocks around town? Nah, I'm done hanging around rocks. That's the whole thing with the mine. Your mom a witch? Yeah, she's way too obvious about it if you ask me. Pretty cool, though. Hey, ghosts are real, just in case you should know. Yeah, I know. I have you too. I think he has a cold, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Why, you like my sister or something? Yeah, she's single? Yeah, she hasn't really dated around much. You could do better, though. I'm just saying. We're gonna go check on Kanika. You're not going anywhere before checking on Kanika. You make your way... Going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. Make your way upstairs. Knock on Kanika's door. Mom, I really don't need more tea. I think I'm just gonna lay down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Biggest, what's up? I need to talk to you. It's important. Yeah, sure. Just let me straighten up. You're frantic, crumpling, and clinking and shuffling. She's tied into the room. Okay, come on in. Kanika's the room is sort of the place that's stuck in between the past and the present. Faded stickers from her childhood line the shelves. Line her bookshelf, boxes and boxes of packed belongings in the corner of her room. Oh, look at all the anime figurines. Got a bunch of Sailor Moon stuff. And then you watch, Shishomaru? That was his name, yeah. I don't usually have people over. Don't judge me too harshly for the state of the place. Oh, she's got a bunch of, Tomy and stuff. Oh my god. Why is my mind blanking on the horror anime artist? I might literally... It's got Parasite, over there on the closet door as well. Now, why is my mind blanking? Ah, it's probably because it's late. I don't usually have people over. Just don't judge me too harshly for the state of the place. Dialogue options marked romance will start a romantic arc with character. You're talking to will lock out a romantic arcs with other characters. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I only get one choice. Damn, I wanted to play the whole field. Packing for something? You must just stack of cardboard boxes. That's all my stuff from college. I never really unpacked. It seemed like a waste to unload everything. It's not like I'm staying here long term, so I just have to pack it up eventually. I guess I did move in back in a year ago, and some of these boxes just been sitting here unopened for a long time. But any day I'll load them back up in the van and get out of town. Any day now. We have to find Stella, and I'm not going anywhere without you. Where'd we go? I still feel that door in the clinic pulling at me. I think that's where we need to go next. I was hoping to see Reese today. I want to ask if he knows anything about Stella, and make sure he's okay after what happened at dinner. Let's do it. The two of you make your way back out in the hallway. Before you make it upstairs, a light turns on, starting both of you. I thought you were going to get some rest, Kanika. You should really go back to bed, or that cold of yours will just get worse. But I still have a lot of energy. I don't feel like sitting around. I don't think I need to. Of course you do. I know you best, and you just haven't been yourself the past few days. All this running around has been a detriment to your health. Miles and I want to see you healthy. You hold this family together. What is that on Miles' leg? Hold up. I don't know, even after looking at it, I can't tell what's on his leg. I don't know about that, buddy. Sybil is, Sybil is menacing. She doesn't actually want to go to the clinic with you. Drop it. You remain silent. Kanika sighs. Sorry, Mom. I know I've been neglecting the general store, and I let Miles run us off the other day. It was so irresponsible of me. That's all right, Kanika. He could have gotten hurt, but he didn't. And it seems like you learned a valuable lesson from the experience. Now let's get you to bed. You just need another day to recover. And then you can get back to all this town mystery business. Biggest, you'll be fine without her until tomorrow. Mom is right, Biggest. You go on without me. See you later, okay? We can utter another word. Kanika returns to her room. Sybil's eyes carefully watch you as you leave and make your way back to Main Street alone. Bro, she's 100% the witch. You make your way up the familiar hill past a row of jagged houses make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside Dr. Kelly's clinics. Its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence, like a magnet fixing your ribcage, tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about, wrapped around the back of an old hospital like a stone blanket. Should take you directly to the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. Hot, get to the terrace, street smart, just go to the clinic door. Bro, Sybil is terrifying. It's a doctor's office, not Fort Knox. Why would the clinic door be locked? Carefully make your way up the wooden stairs to the clinic's wraparound porch, pointing in suspiciously creaky leaking steps. Push the door open just enough for you to slip in, but not enough to risk its sound from the door's ancient hinges. You can see the doc at the desk in a room down the hall. He hasn't noticed you. Shut the door silently, watching her closely. You're in the clinic, free to explore. Or rather, you're free to explore. Feel that odd sensation, pulling at whatever you wanted to find it. Been caught by gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. The lights kick on, you're in the morgue. I guess, what are you doing in the morgue? You haven't seen Stella around, have you? She's been missing since last night. Haven't? You think you'd be able to find her in the morgue? Its words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping the chance. Your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Follow the pole. Touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid in your palms. Hey, are you okay? Feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment the thing on the other side of the wall, blank white wall loosens its pull on you. Kinda look possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. There's some kind of magic shit going on, man, but it's telling me I need to get behind that wall. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? It's probably a bad idea, but we really need to get in there. I'm pretty sure there's an emergency act somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of her hair. Should take 2 secs. Get the doc out of her hair. Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get out of the house. Most of the time it's true anyway. Did you learn that little trick? When you're a teenager, your doctor's mom won't leave you alone for 2 seconds. You learn how to make it happen. You say nothing, your heart pounding chest as you remain fixed on the wall. Right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited. His usual dour demeanor replaced with uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filtering through the open door. A hoarse and sickly edge added for the effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom? Coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but maybe I could try to keep some juice down. Looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I'd just pick some up. I got an errand to run on Main Street anyways. I'll pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale, too. That'd be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. Oh, it's no problem. It won't take long. Don't do anything strenuous while I'm gone. Just lay down in bed till I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear footsteps move down the hall and then the front door opening and closing. It worked. Theatric Rasmus left his voice, excitement rising in his place. Come on now. We don't have it long until she gets back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carpet has weakened its hold on you. Within it, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. One of those emergency fire exits, so it should be pretty obvious whatever it is. Though I'm not sure where she'd be keeping it. I'll show you around. We'll try the doc's office first. You make your way to the doorway of your now vacant office. Oh, we're going to find some dirty shit in here. I bet you that we're going to find some stuff about his illness. I don't see an axe in here. Right, a cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of cabinets and medical supplies. Something on the desk catch your eye. Some sort of records? With your family's name on them? You scoop up the folder, tucking the documents in for later perusal. Reese watches you with curiosity. Any medical documents? Well, if my family's gonna keep secrets from me, I better learn what I can. Totally, steal anything you need to. You got a mystery to solve, I'm not gonna stand in the way. Check the medical supply room next. I imagine a room full of chemicals being a place where someone might want to keep an axe. Better be careful stealing stuff in there, though. That might really get you in trouble. Turn around and leave the office. Time to move on. Medical supply room is probably a good bet. Fire axe seems like something that might be in a room with chemicals. Just down the hall. There it is. Looks like it needs a key, though. Well, we better not break the glass. I'd rather not explain why I had to steal the axe after we've had a chance to use it. Must be a key in here somewhere. He stops us listening to something you can't hear. Shit, she's back already. As on cue, you can hear the front door of the Koenig open, its creaky antique hinges echoing down the hallway. Footsteps start down the hall. He's heading this way. Quick, we gotta hide. We're not supposed to be in here. He opens the closet door and hurriedly motions you inside. Slip past him, scrunching in the small space as best you can. You have to slide in after you. Yeah, this seems pretty damn important. There's not enough room. Hide somewhere else. Close the door to re-scrambles to find a new hiding spot. Shit. Let's have the panic words to scrambles to find another spot. A few tense seconds as she finally arrives at the threshold of the supply room, starting in what sounds like a shopping bag of tail. You can barely hear it falls. Reaches small sigh of relief as footsteps recede back down the hallway. Close the door of the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. We leave the closet. Reese quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning them for keys. Let Reese handle it. Flashlight rifles through drawers, can tentacle and figure it out. Soon he turns to the keys and turns towards you. There's a jingling of keys and he turns toward you, victorious. There we go. They're even color-coded. Made this too easy. Reese paused to look at the plants on the table. That was kind of weird for her to drop that off. Why would you put some weird alien-looking fruit in the supply room? Not a pharmacist, so not supposed to make her own medicine. This room's supposed to store and stuff from an actual pharmacist. I doubt it's decorative. Yeah, I really want to solve this one. Yeah, okay. It is weird. Maybe we should do some snooping. Oh, no. Okay. Wrong choice. Just a minute. It is weird. Let's see. Let's take it with us and look it up later. Yeah, we're on the clock. Don't want to get caught here. He shoves a berry from the weird plant in his pocket. Let me jump down there. Gotta come up with something to cover for the noise. You enter the axe, you make your way down the hallway to the morgue. You follow Reese's instruction and once again starting down the basement stairs, and the pull of the stone carving guides you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's full voice filters down from above. I was right. We already did have juice. Oh, it was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought you told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just going to chill in the morgue. I got my speakers if you want to hear some weird sounds, but that's just my music. I'll be sure to put some earplugs in, drown all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of how you spend time out there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. You at least have a blanket this time. Yeah, I'll be fine. Just a change of scenery. My roof feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door close and the sound of Reese ascending the stairs to join the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. I should warn you that something spooky might happen when we break down that wall. Reese smiles. Good. Feels like I've been missing out lately. Stop asking questions. Time to see what's on the other side of that wall. May I make the first blow? Go for it. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically singing through the air as you strike the wall. First cut offers a surprising amount of resistance. The structure behind it. Some wood frame trying to stand between you and what waits for the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effort. Holy shit. Splinter edges frame a dark passage seemingly cut deep in the side of a cliff. Cold seeping from forgotten place in the already frigid morgue. Reese Cotsey takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. The whole hallway back here. Thick, stale air leaks up from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell, like the room was slowly filling with dirt. And the stink of gravel-like room comes from even a stronger compulsion. You step forward. Climb into the hole. This is wild. I never had any idea any of this was here. Entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is in finding it. Your feet move without prompting. You stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutch you stagger past it. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond, or you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall was rotten. water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The blanks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Oh, it's like... Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave here forever. They said there was nothing I could do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research, and I found an alternative. Won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I went to talk with the witch. Look at his eyes, they're dead. A witch? What? That's nonsense. It's alright. It's all sorted. I'm taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. I think that, this dude, Teddy, is the brother of, Edwin. Edwin or whatever. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against a far wall, eyeing you with some concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you slipped into a coma or something. Tore down that wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. You okay? I had a vision. Like a hallucination? I have this sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a team. Just weird little things like my hand will look wrong, my neck was too long, or the room feels smaller. I still have those documents I swiped, right? Yeah, you still have them on you. Sure enough, you pull out the file containing medical documents on your family. Cause of death, sleep apnea. Discovered by her daughter, Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. Ah, that's a funny name. Gonna make fun of Tabitha for that. No autopsy performed. Edwardine Scarlet. Born 1913, died 2003, 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter, Praline Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of a normal person illness. Enoch Scarlet. Born 1887, died 1957, age 69. Cause of death, fall from a cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organs sustained impact injuries, lacerations to neck and body consistent with fall from great height. You quickly fit through other Scarlets whose names aren't quite familiar. Theodore Scarlet, died 1918. That's Teddy. Okay. Age 28. Cause of death, crushed in a mine collapse. Body not recovered. Signed by his brother, Enoch Scarlet. Interesting. I thought... I thought that was Everdean's brother. It might have been Teddy's... Might be Enoch's brother. So Theodore Scarlet, he just said he was a brother. He might not have been talking about Everdeen. He might have been talking about Enoch. I thought it might have been his son or something, but it definitely was a person in that fucking room that was locked up. Joseph Scarlet. Born died June 7th, 1944. Lewis Scarlet, born 1920, died 1944. So they both died in the war. He did say this was, Edwardine was talking about both her brothers went off to the war. So those were the two. Both killed in Normandy line of duty. They must have been Everdean's brothers. Certificate of fetal death. Infant boy. No! This was it. Infant boy, Andrew Charles Scarlet. Charles Scarlet. Wait, what? Mother was Everdeen Scarlet, but we know Charles didn't. We know Charles didn't die, I thought. No, wait. Andrew. Oh, no, this was the son of Charles. Okay. But died stillbirth. Okay. Cause of death, complications during birth. No doctor present, home burial. There's no doctor present in the birth and a home burial. Some information missing here. And Alexandra Scarlet, born 1947, died 1957, age 9. Missing, presumed dead, signed by Everdeen Scarlet. Well, so there was another daughter other than Maribel. Born April 3rd, 1946, age 16. Cause of death complications during childbirth, signed by her mother, Edwardine Scarlet. She was 16 when she died? What the fuck? Time to whip out the old string of corkboard. I think the visions are things that actually happened. Well, I wouldn't even see anything else if you went back in there. Or if there are any more around town, maybe collect them all you can find and unravel whatever the big mystery is. It's fun. Wait, nothing spooky happened, right? The mountain didn't collapse on us, no ghosts? Nope, nothing. We just fell down, twitched a little, seemed stable when I carried back here. That was a few hours ago. But you have a delicate constitution! What? It wasn't super far or anything, I just picked up and carried you. Might be sick a lot, but that doesn't mean I made a paper. I still do things normal people can do. I'm sure I'll pay for it later, but I didn't want to have to wake up in that musty hallway or the morgue. Well, I think Dr. Kelly should look me over. These seizure can't be good for me. I don't think he'll want her to do that. While you were there, I looked this up. Not the kind of doctor you want in charge of your healthcare. I should know. I'm the one she's been poisoning for years. I've been thinking about what you said at dinner last night, and I don't see any other possibility. It's only been a day since I stopped taking my pills, and I feel great! The doc's on the warpath up there over it. I have no idea what she's doing, but I blocked my door. Now she can't get down here. Now we'll just have to wait her out. I don't get why your mother would poison you, though. I don't know. The internet says this is castor bean. It's used to make ricin, a super deadly poison that causes some of my exact symptoms. And death, usually. Thing is, I can't figure out what she's trying to kill me slowly, or is she just, like, keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I had an illness. I think the illness was just me growing up, becoming less easy to control. Sure found a cure for that. No, ricin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or I've developed a tolerance? I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is proof enough that she's keeping me sick. I don't even need more solid evidence. Yeah, but with your evidence, you should be able to go to the cops. Maybe not local cops, but A cops. I do have the castor bean from the pharmacy, but I still have to prove where I got it from. That she used it to poison me. Possible the cops might think I just snapped and it could turn out work for me. I don't think a doc would hesitate to have me committed if it meant she could keep her hold on me. I don't trust. I think Reese is the cat, but he just doesn't know it. The way he was talking about being elastic and all the other shit, I think Reese is like... I think his mother's poisoning him because he's not easy to control, but... Well, easy to control, but not in a way that you think it is. Like, this is all red herrings. I think that Reese is a danger. You, blocked your door? Yeah, of course I did. Put a chair in front of it. It's never family before. They don't need her to come down here to finish me off or whatever she might do to think that her treatment plan's been all these years. I don't think you're acting rationally. Maybe it seems that way someone's been stuck in a basement on the edge of death for a decade. This is a deciding moment for my rest of my life. I don't think we should underestimate her. I think she's willing to go to extreme lengths to keep me here. I have these weird memories. I'd always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations, but now I'm not so sure. I think she's used tranquilizers on me. Other times I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the length she's willing to go to keep me under control. We'll wait till she's asleep, then we can get out of the basement and figure out what to do from there. I'm leaving. Why? You're safer down here with me than out there. I thought she could hurt you or someone else could. It'll just be a few hours maximum, but then we'll both be free, I promise. Didn't you hear me earlier? Stella is still missing. I have to keep looking for her. It's getting dark. If you're looking, you might get lost too. And you'd still have to figure out how to get out of the house with that woman noticing you. If she knows you had something to do with it, there's no telling what she might do to make sure you can't tell anyone else. And she was fine keeping me trapped down here half dead. What else is she capable of? Murder? Reese's movements have become erratic. It's rising as he starts to panic. I'm calling my cousin. You dial Tabitha. It's a good idea. Tell her we found out and make sure that woman knows she can't just sweep her on the rug and trap me in a basement. Cousin picks up the phone. Hey, where are you? Yeah, Reese locked it up in my basement. He won't let me leave. What? Oh my god, I always knew he was a creep. At least not ghosts or ghouls this time. I'll be there as soon as I can. Don't be afraid to kick him if he tries anything. Hangs up. I'm not trapping you here. I'm just concerned. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I must be seem strange right now. I feel strange. It's like I've got all this adrenaline, like I'm in fight or flight mode. There's a knock on the window. Leave now before the situation escalates. Who the hell are you? I can't believe I'm happy to see you. Without a word, Wayne starts pounding on the window. Good luck, freak. That glass is shatterproof. You feel a hand on your shoulder and you're thrown back from the window. Get away! Leave us alone! As Reese tears from his clothes, paint bubbles come out of the canvases. Ghoulish figures peeling themselves from the two-dimensional worlds invading yours, crawling up the walls. He has a tail. The window shatters. Rub my hand. I'll pull you out. I get it. You're the guy who's been following biggest. Enemies all around us, huh? A surge of violence, a change has been brewing inside Reese finally comes out. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off and went along with it. I'm gonna say, because this is gonna be real quick on what's gonna happen. Run for the stairs. You've seen enough to know you need to leave. You run up the stairs. The door is blocked by a chair, and it's blocked by something else, too. Try and tear through them. Toss the chair out of the way and do your best to tear through the substance-covering door. It reforms and generates too quick for you to crawl through. If you do turn back to the basement, the remainder of Reese's paintings awaiting the artist's command. It's okay. Stay there. I can take care of this. Then she won't be able to hurt anyone anymore. I'll be right back. Reese storms upstairs, leaving you with the smears. Part of the stairs shouts back at you. Oh, you might want to call off your cousin. I wouldn't want to smell any more blood than I have to. No, fuck! No, fuck! Okay, just a minute, wait. I didn't mean to do that. I actually meant to click warn Dr. Kelly. Stay where you are. Okay, no, okay, yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna try to leave. Run for the stairs, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it regenerates. Okay. You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday. All intrigue while washed away. You know where it leads, and now you know what secrets a stone lurked in the forgotten basement the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway, the house proper into the doctor's office, there's a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. Open the door. You grasp the handle and run. Dr. Kelly marches on and levels a firearm direction. You instantly notice it's not a proper rifle, but some kind of tranquilizer gun. Duck! You do what she says, ducking out the way. She shoots. The gun isn't loud, but there's a pop as a projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer out from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try much harder than that, you bit. No, how did you? As if you could stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows from between the cracks in the wood. Reese is panicked, pulling in a mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. The artist draws away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Could run to a nearby room or run after Dr. Kelly. I really don't want to screw this up, I'll be honest. I usually don't do this, but I'm like, okay, it's just a lot of choices. I'm gonna run to a nearby room. Things are quiet. Hey, Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker. You biggest. I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help both of us. You survived. What's going on? I think you probably put that together. Now listen to me, you're in the medical storage room, right? I need you to do the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Air tranquilizers aren't going to cut anymore. An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good. You should hear this. Biggest, you don't have to do anything it says. I'm not going to hurt anybody else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me back down to that basement. Or someone even worse. And keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now. Better than I ever did. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she finally has to pay for what she's taken from me. I'm not going to let you kill someone, Reese. Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know those tranquilizers aren't going to kill me? Does she care? Trust me, Reese. I've been careful about your medication. I want you to live. I love you. Tell yourself whatever lies you have to, Mom. If you wanted a good relationship, you had your chance. You decided to convince me I was dying instead of letting me exist. Don't try to spin it like some kind of passion crime now that the consequences are staring you in the face. Enough. Reese cries out in pain. What the hell did you do to my shoulder? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. You grab the tranquilizer to head to the safe room. Grab the tranquilizers. You grab the tranquilizers, they're easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match a key. Certainly an organized woman. Head for the safe room. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the massive paint sealing it shut. Hurry! I don't think I could keep it open for long. You slip past her in the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though. One of the smears managing to slip past her. She stomps on it, painted viscera splatters across the cement floor. It sounds like Reese and your friend is still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. What is this room? Old x-ray room, lead walls. After I realized the whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote-controlled locks. Now they can finally come in handy. Alright, let's talk Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had all the usual changes, and then some extra. Thick nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. Oh my god, he's the tail thing! Oh my god, he's the one where you have to eat when he eats the tail, he wants it. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Checked out, there are a few specialists, there was nothing obviously wrong with him. And an argument, he changed right in front of me. Nothing like he had now, just a couple of inches and some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticed. I was scared he could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off, or maybe a hallucination. The second time, it wasn't subtle. It didn't go away as easy, and that's when I knew it was something beyond my realm of expertise. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidents like this, maybe 4? Depending on accounts, this is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand first that he looks different. I just make sure he stays on top of his doses, so he rarely ever does. I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now, but there's only so much I can do to control him. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't fall any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit, and you've seen what it looks like. It's just weird. I always wish I could examine him and fully transform. I'm fascinated to know what happens or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. Was his dad similar? A strange little smile creeps on Dr. Kelly's face. Well, wish I knew. It just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day. I don't know how it happened. I'm a doctor, for God's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, like sleep paralysis. Romantic sleep paralysis. They were kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. And all of a sudden, my period stopped. I got morning sickness. Roughly 9 months later, Reese. The relationship between you seems so difficult. Yeah, you could say that. Such a cute kid. When I found I was pregnant, I was terrified, but maybe loved being a mom. Not like I was going to be sunshine and roses forever, no matter what. Kids grow up and they change. Sometimes for the worst. Part of being a mom, too. Doing what you can to make sure your child brought into the world doesn't go around eating people. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, that's clue number one, but it's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad, but every now and then, we butt heads and then this side of him comes out. I imagine this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage, turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a million teeth, rips apart somebody in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. Don't you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy? Oh, don't preach to me. Is he a sweet kid most of the time? Absolutely. Ted Bundy was sweet to people he picked off the side of the road. Didn't mean he didn't go ahead and slaughter him anyways. You know what my son's capable of, so it's my job to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. So why'd you start poisoning him? Dr. Kelly sighs. You stop calling it poison? Yeah, it's poison, but the act of me giving poison doesn't make me poison. I was medicating his illness. It started when I was 15. I'd been getting increasing high doses of kleptonine. But his body kept adapting. His symptoms would come back. Eventually, especially if we ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious, and I could risk using my license. Especially if anyone found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with the solution. I took it. And I've been dealing with the unusual mental consequences of the decision ever since. Who was it that approached you, and what did they say? Dr. Kelly gives you a long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman. But screw it, I might die tonight. I'll tell you. It was... And that's all I have to say about that. What? 100% that fucking bitch. So, now that I'm all on your secrets, guess we're kind of a team, huh? Kid, you're at least a decade too young for me. Sign of just a breaking glass cuts through silence and clinic outside day for him. Shit, this might be game time. I shot my shot. Dr. Kelly opens the door to you stare in the hallway. Yeah, he's the tail thing from the hunter and the dog like story. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go for it. I'm gonna try to tame the beast. You step forward. She's only doing this to protect herself. Show yourself in the... She's only doing this to protect herself. Show her you're not a monster. Back down. But he stammers his unnaturally stretched mouth, struggling with the words. God says, biggest, get away from him. He stares at the woman behind you. There's something pain in his direction beyond the rage he feels for her. Reese's gaze returns to you, sad in his eyes. I'm not a monster. Then a shot rings out. No! I shouldn't have called Tabitha. I should have called Tabitha. Alright, I'm taming the beast this time. Place a calming hand on his face. You have a death wick? Get back! Reese stopped in the middle of the hallway, staring down with a hint of fear in his eyes. Raging mouse staring at approaching mouse. Slowly lifted her hand to his face. He shuddered to touch his long maw. His skin elastic and tauntingly shifted his bone. Expands and contracts unnaturally. What are you doing? Gently drop your hands, meaning it is a moment of understanding for need of uselessness of your words. No! Okay, that's fucking brutal. I had to watch it twice. Okay, I'm not gonna call Tabitha this time. We're going back. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, I saved so far ago! Fuck. Okay. Load that. Okay, I'm gonna go through this real quick. Yada 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 yada. Okay, this time. Okay. Spooky. Yeah, but you have a delicate constitution. Everything's pointing towards this. Dr. Kelly know him. Wait. Had a vision. Filled those documents. I swiped right. For lands. Yep. Okay. Enoch. I think my family started secrets. Teasing. Something happens to you every now and then, and it wouldn't hospital every time I ask. Well, Dr. Kelly know I'm here. I think Dr. Kelly should regard me. These teachers can't be good. Okay. Okay, so go through this. I don't get why your mom would poison you. Pricing's real bad. How can you not be dead? Yeah, but with your evidence, you'll be able to go to the cops. Yada yada. No matter what, we should get out of this basement soon. Stay with me one. Well, we can figure it out together. Actually, a good idea. Maybe so I can poison the first time in years. In fact, my whole perceptor house will turn on its head. Okay. What if her mom doesn't fall asleep? Just go with the flow. Son of a bitch. Okay, I did something stupid, and I pretty much got him to agree that I need to get angry and have me leave. Just saved. Kelly Noah here. You had a vision. Documents. You have to pick up. Vision of things that actually happened. Now we're gonna say, because God forbid we did this wrong again. I don't want to see poor old Reese's face get splattered across the fucking side again. Steen, I need to get going. Still missing stone. It's probably finally stop yelling at me. Don't get why your mom would poison you. Are you not dead? Go to the cops. With that, locked your door. I don't think you're acting rationally. I'm leaving. I said I'm leaving. Are you sure you're okay? I'm just panicked, I guess. I feel weird. These are gaining control and walk downstairs. Something happening. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Situation escalates. Oh, can't believe I'm glad to see you. Yeah, leaves alone. He starts transforming. Okay. All right, now we can do this. Now we can begin the chase. Okay. Try and tear through them. I am going to try and warn Dr. Kelly. In the door. Yep. Duck. Alright, that... I think the tranquilizers are important here because I think that actually affects him slightly. So I don't trust Wayne because Wayne is still on the warpath. No. Fuck. I didn't mean to do that. I really didn't mean to do that. I'm a fucking idiot. I clicked... I literally was like... I meant to go click the... No! Fucking you idiot! Why am I misclicking so much? Probably because it's blade. Through him. Alright. Try and warn Dr. Kelly. Open the door. Duck. Duck. Alright. Run to a nearby room. Alright, so. Yeah. Survive what's going on. I like that the hot tray could be used, though. I feel amazing that it's like you can just be used here. I'm not gonna let you kill someone, Reese. Grab the tranquilizers, head to the safe room. Okay. Alright, we're gonna what is this room? Yep. Talk Reese. When did you find out? Okay. I did not know what he was. Yeah, medicating him. When did you start poisoning him? So who approached you and what did he say? What is he? Okay, was his dad similar? I don't know. Isolation so dangerous. How do you know he's dangerous? That doesn't mean he's dangerous. I mean, you are the biggest threat to him. Preach to me. Turn and leave it at that. Okay, now we're going to save because this is actually further in the conversation than I was before with her. What's the game plan, both short and long term? Well, I pump full of velvet tranquilizers, I'll come up here, and then I convince him to see things from my perspective. And we all live happily ever after. So you're just going to lock him away again? Yeah, it's either that or he dies. God knows I don't want that to be the case, but you got to work with what you're given. What I've been given is an ethical dilemma with no good outcomes. You have to decide what's the lesser evil. Oh yeah, I'm almost done though. I'm gonna, when this chapter finishes, I'm gonna go finish. Thanks for stopping by though, Melon. While we're at it, what other secrets are you keeping? You have it all. I have no idea how relieved I am to say this shit out loud. So now that I'm on your secrets, guess we're kind of a team, huh? He's like, you're a decade too young for me. Like, okay, I'm gonna use my trait. Because here comes Reese. Ooh, he is a big boy. Now I'm gonna tame the beast. She's only doing this to protect herself. Don't worry, you're not a monster. Back down. But he stammers his unnaturally stretched mouth, struggling with the words. For God's sake, Biggest, get away from him. He stares up at the woman in the doorway behind you. There's something pained in his expression beyond the rage he feels for her. Reese's gaze turns to you, sadness in his eyes. I'm not a monster. He takes a step back, and then he's gone. You can hear his thudding footsteps retreating down the hall, and then the sound of the front door. How the hell did you manage that? You just needed a third party to mediate. Yeah, third party seems like some kind of magical bond with my monstrous son. Wow, why didn't I think of that sooner? Doubt the rest of the town's going to be able to have the same effect if he tries to eat them. Dr. Kelly carefully makes her way to the entrance of the clinic, checking around corners. She follow close behind. He's long gone. The door to the clinic hangs open, the night beyond seemingly empty. She go after him. If he's all keyed up, if I don't do something, he might go after somebody else. You don't have to worry about him. I doubt that. Besides, it's dark. He has better night vision than me. Going after him there would just end poorly for me. Guess I don't have much of a choice. Hope you knew what you were doing. If I'm being honest with myself, it's been a long time coming. I couldn't keep this up forever. Something was bound to break eventually, and I suppose I should be grateful it didn't end with any of us dead. Yet. Dr. Kelly glances on the Kinnick streak with paint from Reese's minions. Could have made less of a mess of the place, though. I gotta get to cleaning. I appreciate we got the hell out of my house now. You do as the doctor says, walking out the open door in the cool night. The night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day. Crickets singing quietly in the sleepy little neighborhood. Everything that happened in the clinic almost feels like a dream. And now that it's over, you realize how little it meshes with your understanding of the world. Go home. It's time to go home. Okay, I'm going to... You don't get far before you're interrupted by the jingling of the dog tag. Gretchen appears at the end of the road running as fast as geriatric pug legs can carry her. Gretchen seems distressed. Now, when I'm finished. Alex should have been asleep hours ago. She whines as she stares up you from the ground, her eyes desperate, anxiously jumping back and forth and darting away when you try to lean down to her. What's that girl? Stella's stuck in a well? You follow Gretchen. She nervously runs ahead of you the whole time, constantly look back to make sure you're still there as she leads you to the dark woods. Oh man, if you were only watching during the first chapter, yeah, a lot has changed. Before long, the trees thin, and you find yourself on a steep hill by a two-lane road, lined with one side by sheer rock. And there, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. Gretchen runs up to her and sits in Stella's lap. Gretchen, you're back. Don't scare me like that again. You sit at the log beside her. Vegas, how do you... Wait, did Gretchen come get you? Wow. You must think I'm dying or something. Can't believe you've just been okay all day. Everybody's been looking for you. Things happened. I just want to know what happened. Please talk to me. Stella faces you for a moment, desperate eyes trying to force out words, part of her thoughts that she would never say out loud. Then she turns back to the road. This is where the accident happened. My parents died on this end of the road. They were talking about me, taking me to college, and I was lying in the back seat. It had just rained, and the sun was finally coming out. Oh, young Stella is so cute. She's like a One Piece character. Damn, there's a semi. A fucking semi. Bro, it took off the entire top. And she only survived because she was laying down on her back reading comics. I'm not reading comics, reading the brochure. And the first thing she awakes to is headless parents, I bet. Hey, you might want to look away. This stuff is really brutal. Oh, this is really brutal. Don't look. Don't look. I'm gonna put some fucking warning tags on this. Oh! Oh. That is brutal. Sorry, I know it's probably at the edge of everything. Okay, sorry, I know that's probably a bummer to talk about. It was awful. It really messed me up for a while. I still think I'm pretty messed up. There's whole years of my life after the accident that feel like they just never happened. Like, every time I try and remember them, they're just blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. At least it hasn't been like that for a while, thank God. I've never talked about this stuff before with anyone. I reach out and take her hand. It's warm against the cool air, and the skin of her knuckles is soft. She finally tears her gaze from the road, her sad eyes meeting yours, but a hint of a smile creeps up her corners of her mouth, her dimples beginning to crease. Her hand shifts, her callous palm fitting to yours, her grip tightening. It's strong and comforting. You can tell she feels held, and so do you. Two of you stare at the road. I think the accident's probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just wanted to see them again. I wanted to know if I could even... I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. Then last night happened, and I ran out of here just to see maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again, or seeing them all messed up and dead. I just wanted to see them. It's been a whole day. I don't think they're coming. Put her arm around her shoulder. Pull her close to you. You feel her chestnut hair against your cheek. She smells sweaty and a little sweet. Faded scent of her shampoo mingling with the natural perfume of her skin. It's nice. You're taking a deep breath, stroking her arm with your thumb, letting her lean into you. She rests her head against your shoulder, closing her eyes serenely. A hint of a smile spreads into her barely contained grin that finally chases away the worry of her features. We could always wait a little longer. She nestles into you, her well-muscled shoulder relaxing at your body. You each share each other's warmth. You both stare at the quiet mountain road. Gretchen pants lazily and still its lap. Nothing happens. Nothing continues to happen for a long few minutes. I think I'm ready to throw in the towel. It's not like I'd want to see them like that anyway. I guess I came out here hoping I might get the chance to say goodbye or something. Since I didn't get the chance when they were alive. Just because they aren't there doesn't mean they don't love you wherever they are. It's a nice thought. I've thought a lot about what might come after, whether they're somewhere else or just stopped existing. I guess we've at least seen some evidence of the afterlife. Though I hope that means there's a good version too. Where they're still on that long car ride, listening to Dad's tape and place in the back seat for me when I eventually catch up to him. And then it won't matter if I never got to say goodbye. Well, there better be backspace in that. Better be space back there for me too. No laughs, of course, if that's where you want to be. I'm sure Debby would be happy to share. Hopefully neither of us has to think about that for a long time, though. I'd like to spend some living years with you before then. She straightens up, stretching her neck. Gretchen hops down from her lap, tags jingling in the quiet night air. We should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. Well, before we go, I should probably tell you what happened today. Oh? You relay the events of the evening as best you can. Saying it out loud doesn't make it feel any less real. Like you're sharing the plot of a horror movie, not something that actually happened to you. Oh my god. So he's just out there all there? Out there somewhere? All monstery? Oh, this is a lot to take in. I've known that guy for pretty much my whole life, and I had no idea he was okay. You know, I think processing just one traumatic event is enough for today. This new one's going right in the void. At least until we get to the end of the week. Let's get out of here. I don't suppose I could ask you to walk me home. I love nothing more. You offer your arm. Smile, slipping yours into the crook of your elbow. She pulls you closer until the skin of your forearm brushes against her side. And this is me. You want to come in? Bro, look at all the romance options. I got like so many. Sorry, Stella. I think it's better if we just stay friends. Can you imagine crushing her that bad? You're like, nah. I've been leading you on, bitch. Don't you dare herself. I'm going to say, I really should head back to the estate. Tabitha's probably worried about me. Elle's expression stinks a little, though she tries to hide it. As she probably is. Shouldn't have kept you out so late, I'm sorry. She doesn't give you an earful because of me. Better get to bed. See you tomorrow. Thanks again for coming out to find me. I didn't realize how much I needed to just talk to someone. See you tomorrow. That's why I saved, okay? I'd save because I can do the romance option later. It gives you a tired way for retreating to her house. Time for you to get home, too. It appears as if nowhere, cloaked streaked in what first appears like blood and gore, but you realize it's paint. Evidence of his altercation with Reese. I'll walk you. Thanks, I appreciate the company. Shall we? Wayne just walks ahead of you in complete near silence. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. Not how exactly, I wasn't sure. Now I know. I should be able to make quick work of him next week. He's just misunderstood. Not complex enough to be understood. He's a miserable walking weapon that spends all his time feeling sorry for himself. It'd be best of the world if he was put down. I thought you wanted me to stay at the estate. You gonna lecture me? You were free to make your own decisions, and those decisions have been made. I know that something pulls at you, and I know now that you cannot stop until your task is finished. I'll keep you safe while you do what you must. Why you follow me around, not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Because you're special. But why? Why am I so special? You simply are. Do not feel the ties that bind us. They are unbreakable. Flirt with Wayne. Thought you might have done something bad to Stella. I didn't have to. Have it in her to stand by your side. Remember that. She won't be there if you need her. You don't need to keep coming up with new conversations to fill the silence. Tired. It's been a long night. Good rest. Wayne remains silent for the rest of the journey back to the estate. Sure, we'll see each other tomorrow. Try to spend some time in that old building of yours when you head to town. Tabitha won't be around. Too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. And you might be surprised at what you find. Until then, sleep well. He disappears into the underbrush. Go home. The estate feels empty. Wind howling through its abandoned halls. The very foundations creaking beneath you. Cousin must have already gone to bed. Go to bed. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. The damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost a welcoming sign that now the daily horrors of the Scarlet Hollow are behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body scumming to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, out there in the woods, truly free for the first time in his life. And then you think of nothing. Good old-fashioned train robbery, Cayenne and the artist. Ah, so that was everything we got right now. But I did unlock, apparently, hardcore mode. Allows you to select 3 traits, but you will no longer use your traits to avoid consequences of major decisions. Oh, interesting. Oh. So I've been getting away with the fact that I've been getting away using traits and a few of these. So hardcore mode means you've got to do the correct run the entire time. That's crazy. Yeah, I saved already, so. Alright, well that was good. I enjoyed that. So far, what I played is amazing. And there's so many different ways to go back and do things. I mean, I honestly, I should have done talk to animals with how many like animals we've had. Oh, what the hell? It just exited out of it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I loved it. I'm glad I got to play it, and I'm glad that Alex, recommended to play it to me and stuff. And I hope to play the rest of it when it comes out. But until then, I hope you guys had a fun time, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good night, and I'll see you then. Bye!